What's going on, motherfuckers? It is UFC picks for you with the very first video on the channel. Today I'll be going over the last UFC Vegas 259 fight night, I believe it was. On paper, it wasn't the greatest card, but in performance, it actually was pretty fucking good, if we're gonna be dead fucking honest. So, the very first fight we're looking at Piero Rodriguez. He defeated Sam Hughes by decision. I predicted Piero Rodriguez to win this fight by decision, and it was pretty straightforward. She won all 3 rounds, outstruck Sam Hughes on each of the 3 rounds, took her down one time. Sam Hughes did not have much success. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You can see the round count right there. Sam Hughes didn't throw more than 30 punches per round. Piero Rodriguez outstruck her every single time, took her down, I believe in the second round, if I get that correct. Yeah, it's just a pretty straightforward victory for her. She looked pretty well. Not too much else to talk about on that one. I do want to see Piero Rodriguez fight Loma Lookboonmee in her next matchup, though. I believe this is a great step up for her. I do think that she should be able to get it done against Loma. I used to be pretty high on Loma, but she hasn't been looking that great recently. The loss to Alexia Tainara. I did predict her to win that fight, but she got taken down really easily. And yeah, that's about it. She looked good against Estela Nunes and Bruna Brazil, but I mean, who doesn't? It's not very impressive. So yeah, I think Piero Rodriguez would be able to beat Loma Lookboonmee in her next matchup. Moving on, got Luan Lacerda taking on Hetcher Sosa. Wow, this strike count is way more favoriting in Hetcher Sosa's favorite than what I would have originally imagined. He definitely won this fight by a 29-28 decision. Maybe one judge could give it 30-27, but I would have scored a 29-28 for Hetcher Sosa, which is what I predicted going into the fight. I did think Hetcher Sosa maybe could get a late stoppage, but he wasn't able to do that. It was actually way closer than I would have imagined going into it. Looking at the round count right here, you clearly see Luan Lacerda just struggling a little bit in round 1. But he was getting all the takedowns in round 1. He did hold him down. It was kind of shitting bricks during the first round a little bit. Well, 2 judges gave it 30-27. I believe it was rather 29-28. But second and third round were pretty easy for Sosa. He was just outstriking him, getting those strike numbers way up. Luan Lacerda wasn't landing the takedowns in those later rounds. So the first round definitely should have went to him. But after that, I mean, you can't really score much else for him there. Here we see a few cuts on Luan Lacerda's face. That Hetcher Sosa did the more damage. Yeah, I was pretty high on Hetcher Sosa going into this matchup, but I wasn't super impressed. He might be a future fade going forward, but he didn't look bad by any means. I hope the best for him, especially with that sob story with his dad. It is pretty damn sad. Your father passing away the night before your first ever UFC fight. But he definitely managed to get that first fight done and this fight done as well. I'll be rooting for him going forward. He's one of the best prospects out of Spain. Ilia Topuria, question mark. But yeah, no, this guy's never getting to that level. I do want to see him fight Su Young Yu in his next fight, though, who also fought on this card. He lost to Elijah Smith by chokeout. We'll be getting there a little bit later. But Su Young Yu, he's had now 4 fights in the UFC. He was on a 3-fight win streak, all by decision, until he just got choked out by Elijah Smith. The AJ Cunningham and the Bear Gang fight really aren't that impressive whatsoever, but the Zhao Long win's not too bad, which is why some people were taking him in the matchup versus Smith, but I wasn't really high on him going into that one. Moving forward, we got Bia Mesquita taking on Montserrat Rendon, and Bia Mesquita was a minus 750 favorite for a reason. She made this look pretty damn easy. Check that strike number. Montserrat Rendon did not get off a single strike. She actually almost got knocked out about 30 seconds into this fight. Would have sold everyone's parlays. Everyone's taking Bia by submission. Not a bad idea at all whatsoever. Here's some pictures of the fight. Bia, looking absolutely stunning as usual. She will be a fucking top 10 contender within the next year. And yeah, it really shows that the women's division, you don't really have to be that well-rounded. She's just a one-trick pony in the BJJ world. So she has been looking pretty fucking good, especially getting it done over Montserrat Rendon. And her last fight, who was against? I'm blanking. Who did she just choke out? Oh yeah, Irina Alexeyeva. She made that look even harder, but Irina Alexeyeva is absolutely dog shit. So shouldn't have looked very difficult for her. I mean, who isn't getting it done over Irina Alexeyeva? But yeah, next fight I want to see for Bia Mosquito, Macy Chasson, another person I was high on in the past, and she's now given up 3 straight unanimous decision losses. I actually picked Mayra Bueno Silva to beat her, picked her to beat Ketlin Vieira, picked her to beat Yana Santos, so I got the last 3 fights of her career wrong. However, I knew that Aylin Perez was going to get it done. Yeah, no longer trusting that Macy Chasson train. I don't know why anyone would be, but yeah, Bia Mosquito looked absolutely fucking fantastic. There's the finish right there. Don't want to show too much of that, but yeah, there we go. She was an easy lock on the card. I also took Hedger Sosa as a lock, but he did not show to be a lock. He did get it done, though. Moving on. Eric Anders versus Brad Tavares. This was the most matchup of all time, but it did be a pretty good fight, I'm not going to lie. Looking in the stats, Eric Anders definitely won the first round. Yeah, he outstruck him. I believe he was landing the takedowns. He had like about 2.5 minutes of control time, I want to say. He had 9:20, so I'd say like 2.5 in the first round or so. Second round, he got knocked down real bad, pretty much knocked out. That would have sold, but thankfully Eric Anders came back, clutched up. And in the third round, he just had like 4.5 minutes of control time. Yeah, so he got outstruck about 3-1, but he was getting all that control time. He didn't look amazing. He didn't actually look that great at all, ya boy. But it's all right. He got it done. He won the bet for us. Former Alabama linebacker goes out for a winner. Yeah, because he was retired. Thankfully, he retired after that fight. I don't think we can see much more of either of these dudes in the cage, or we would want to. Thankfully, the last fight was kind of a banger. And that's being generous. It wasn't an amazing fight by any means. But there was some knockdowns, some control time, some takedowns. And Anders, yeah, he didn't look too bad, but thankfully retired. And what's next for Brad Tavares? Retirement or being cut from the UFC is what's next for Brad Tavares. We take a look at his recent record. Lost to Eric Anders. KO loss to Robert Brychek. He only beats GM3 by decision. Loses to Jun Young Park. Gets KO'd by Gregory Rodriguez. Gets KO'd by Bruno Silva. Loses decision to Dricus du Plessis. Gets KO'd by Edmund Shabazian. Loses to Israel Adesanya. Got a couple wins in there, all by decision. Hasn't finished anyone since Krzysztof Jotko in 2018. Yeah, really not impressive. I think it's time to hang up the mitts. And if he doesn't hang up the mitts, it's time for UFC to let him go. Moving on, we have the great matchup of Manuel Souza versus Balaji Oki. Now this was a banger, and I know bangers. Manuel Souza, the only man to KO Mauricio Rufy, just got it done in absolutely spectacular fashion. The first and second round weren't looking amazing for my man Manuel, but that's just because Balaji Oki is a fucking hard test. The Zulu Warrior is no easy matchup for anybody. Michael Aswell is fighting next weekend. It's one of his wins. aging pretty well. Michael Aswell isn't the Ilya Taporia of any means, but I've always been high on Michael Aswell. I am a big fan of him. Hoping he can get it done against Luke Riley next weekend, but that's a very tough matchup. Looking at the stats by round, Balaji Oki outstruck him 2-1 in the first round after getting dropped 20 seconds in. He also had some control time in that round. Manuel Souza was making me shit my pants a little bit. I definitely should have looked better the first round, especially after that first 30 seconds. Then the second round was a little bit more of the first round. Some more control time, more Balagioki outstriking Manuel Souza. This was real nerve-wracking, as it looked like kind of Manuel Souza's Dana White's Contender Series fight. For the amount of hype that this dude has, he can get taken down and laid on pretty damn easily. So I will say that is a pretty big concern going into his future fights. But in the third round, it didn't even matter. He was just up on his feet. He was non-stop throwing punches. He was not about to go out there. Yeah, not at all. And we can clearly see. Doink. Right up fucking top. Straight right to the temple. Out like a fucking light. But yeah, that was not the whole fight. You cannot look at that clip and say, wow, he was dominating that whole fight, because he clearly wasn't. He was probably losing up until that very last minute. Very, very close fight. So, what I want to see next from my boy, Manuel Souza, some of that Mateusz Rebecki action. Mateusz Rebecki I've always also been pretty high on. He's a pretty damn good UFC career besides losing by knockout to Diego Ferreira and then the last two matchups. But those last two matchups are extremely difficult, and he did look pretty good. He also has a win over Mikdikbek Oralbai, who we'll be talking about soon, which is aging incredibly well. We see that this dude alternates between fight nights and pay-per-views about every other card. He is a pay-per-view caliber athlete. And I believe Manuel Souza is as well. I believe a matchup between Mateusz Rebecki and Manuel Souza on the prelims of a pay-per-view card, maybe 329, would be a really good fucking matchup. But yeah, Manuel Souza, name to watch out for. Moving on, we got Elijah Smith taking on Yu Su Young. I thought it was Su Young Yu, but, you know, all those Asian names that kind of fucking jambled around or whatever the hell. Look at these stats. This is not that impressive of stats. Let's see round by round here. In the first round, he looked pretty fucking bad. Elijah Smith only lands 3 punches the entire round. Su Young Yu only lands a single punch. He has all that control time in that first round. At least 2.5 minutes of control time in that first round, and he landed a single punch. Great. Fucking jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Nice. And then you got fucking choked out conscious the second round. That's what you fucking get. Elijah Smith is not just a BJJ guy. Most of his wins are by knockout. Wish he knocked this fucking dude out too, but it doesn't matter. He still got the finish done. Second round, you look at those strike numbers that second round. This dude's Su Young Yu. Wow, hitting 100% of these strikes. Yeah, because you only threw fucking 3 the whole fight. Like, what are we doing here, dude? In the UFC, you gotta throw some fucking punches. Or else you're just gonna get shit on, like you did by Elijah Smith. And Elijah Smith is not a bad name to get shit on by any means. He's a very tough test. That's not what I wanted to pull up. These are some of what I wanted to pull up. There's that choke that you can see right there. Taps pretty fucking fast. We got any images of this fight, or no? Great, UFC doesn't want to post many images of it. But yeah, choked him out. Got the tap. Wish he didn't get the tap. Wish he just fucking went out cold, because he's a boring shithead. But it's alright, Elijah Smith gets it done, gets his hand raised. That's what we wanted to see. For the next matchup, though, for Elijah Smith, there's a good name I want to see him take on in like the top 20 of the division. I don't want to see him get ranked quite yet, because he's still a little young. We've seen him getting taken down and held down by, I think, the last 3 of his matchups or so. However, I do believe there's a good unk that he can take on next. Motherfucker, this ain't what I wanted. Where is he? I don't even think we fucking have him in here. One moment. Da-da-da-da. Victor Henry. I think Victor Henry versus Elijah Smith would be a great matchup. Check his fight history real quick. Beat Pedro Falcao by decision. Not very impressive at all. Got subbed by Charles Jourdain, who should be a ranked featherweight at this point. Or bantamweight, rather. Fucking Jesus Christ. Ronnie Yaya. Tony Gravely. Split decision. Not very good. Takes Ronnie into the third round. Goes to a no contest with Javid Basharat. I think Elijah Smith can get this one done. He's kind of been sitting on the sidelines for a little bit. 38 years old, 5'7", definitely on the decline. It's not too much in the future of Victor Henry I'm seeing going too great. Elijah Smith, I think he can definitely fucking get that done. Moving on to Vitor Petrino versus Steven Asplund, the people's main event. Now, this fight was a fucking banger. This was an absolute slug fight. Steven Asplund with the one knockdown in the entire fight. Definitely got pieced up a bit. His face was looking real bloody. But he had the better cardio. For a man that was 550 pounds versus a man that looks like a damn superhuman athlete, for you to have worse cardio than Steven Asplund is insane. That is fucking embarrassing. You went 0 for 4 on takedowns against Steven Asplund. What the fuck are we doing? Yeah, Vitor Petrino, I picked you. You should have won this matchup 10 times out of 10 times. Steven Asplund just has a puncher's chance, and he doesn't have that much, knockout power. I mean, I love Steven Asplund. He's a great fighter, and I wish the best for him going forward. But look at this dude's fight. I mean, look at this dude's face. And Vitor Petrino never put it on. Never put on the gas. He was just happy to get the win by decision. And it shows he's not really a true fighter. We look at this. Steven Asplund's beat to shit. He barely landed anything on him. He was just landing the better punches, landing a little bit more. And then he was just running away from him the whole time. Asplund was the one running towards him. And it's like, oh yeah, he's winning the fight, whatever. He can win by decision. It was a close fucking fight. He wasn't really dominating any aspects. And we take a look at his 2 losses. He doesn't give a fuck. And this dude's not a true fighter. He's just a gifted athlete that can go out there and he can get wins. But when he faces a step up in competition, he looks dog shit. He looks unimpressive. This person saying we all love Steven Asplund, proper fighter. Absolutely. I thought Asplund won. Dude's my new favorite fighter. Asplund's one of the few exciting heavyweights. Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone wanted Asplund to win this fight, including me. Before the fight, watching the fight, after the fight. Fuck Vitor Petrino. Fuck this dude. You should be good, but you're just not good. What are we doing over here? And this dude has the audacity to call out Derek Lewis after this fight. Really? You barely scraped by to Steven Asplund. You want to call out Derek Lewis? Do we need to even say more? This would happen in the first 14 seconds of the fucking fight. Vitor Petrino would be unconscious, snoring like Curtis Blades after his fucking matchup with Derek Lewis. And I get that he looked shit against Waldo Cortez Acosta back in Vegas when I was there. UFC 324. That doesn't matter. Waldo Cortez Acosta is a title challenger level heavyweight. He's good. Derek Lewis is going to fuck Vitor Petrino up if they were to ever fight. Not even now. Even if they were to fight next fight, Derek Lewis is clearly schooling him. Clearly slamming him out cold in the first round. But if they were to fight in 2 years, we got 42-year-old fucking Derek Lewis out there, he's still knocking Vitor Petrino's bitch ass out because Vitor Petrino needs to learn how to turn into an actual fighter instead of just using his skills to his advantage. He doesn't bite down, he doesn't have the grit in him. He's just kind of a fucking pussy. Vitor Petrino, instead of this matchup, should definitely take on Mick Parkin. This is a much more winnable matchup for him. Even though I don't know who I would pick. Everyone was talking about Mick Parkin, the next future thing in heavyweight. It's I don't think so. Especially losing to fucking Marcin Tybura. Really? We're gonna lose to fucking Marcin Tybura? It was 10-0. But then you even look at his wins. It's wow, he had a 5-fight or so win streak in the UFC. Jamal Pogues by decision. Kyle Machado, decision. Mo Usman, decision. Lucas Bresky by KO. It's like, you're beating the bottom of the barrel, dude. But I don't even fucking know how Vitor Petrino would match up against this guy. I mean, I think it would be a pick'em. Like, who are you guys picking in this matchup? I don't even know. Let me know in the comments, but Jesus Christ, that'd be a close fucking matchup. Yeah, it wouldn't even be that good. It would just be sloppy, like top 12 level heavyweights or so. But yeah, these guys shouldn't even be ranked if it was any other weight class. Moving on, we have the GOAT, Miktikbek Ulbay, the caveman himself. How do you slime out Jack Hermanson that bad as he did in his first UFC fight? No, his last UFC fight before this. And you go and take Chris Curtis to, like, a boring-ass decision. Dude, you got 19 takedowns and 20 significant strikes. This is Marab level numbers right here. I honestly think this might be the most takedowns ever in a UFC fight besides Marab. Definitely in the welterweight division. Definitely broke some records. But yeah, Miktikbek Ulbay gets it done by decision. Lays on him. Actually, doesn't even lay on him. He just takes him down fucking 50 billion times per round. Let me see if I can find the takedowns per round stat. Per round, Chris Curtis landed 2 strikes in the first round total. Jesus Christ. Yeah, those strike numbers are pretty abysmal. But I guess the only thing that really matters is the takedowns. You don't even see how many he got per round, but divide 19 by 3. What do you get? Fucking about 7, 6.5 per round? Jesus. Yeah, 30-27s all across the board. That's what it should have been. Action man, didn't do much action besides laying on your fucking fat ass this fight, Chris Curtis. Pretty brutal look for you. Yeah, Miktikbek Ulbay dominating against Chris Curtis. Let's see, does it say he broke any records? It doesn't say it, but he definitely did. The GOAT himself, Miktikbek Ulbay. Yeah, you need to keep performing a little bit better than that one, though, in your next fights, or else you're going to get that Renak Fekretdinov treatment, whatever the fuck it was. I was actually watching some old Dana White Looking for Fights episodes, and I saw the video where Renak got signed to the UFC, like, just the other day. What a knockout to get him into the UFC, by the way. He should not have been cut. Still undefeated in the UFC or some shit like that. Fucking, like, yeah, I don't know why we cut him. It's whatever. He had a boring fight style, but he still knocked out Carlos Leal in about 30 seconds, so whatever. Little side tangent. Moving on to the main card of the night. Got Charles Johnson versus Bruno Silva. Alright, just keeping it a buck. I don't know why everyone's saying this is a robbery. In my opinion, there were no robberies on the entire card. I can see a couple people saying, like, the Andre Fili versus Jose Delgado. Maybe this fight, if you picked Andre Fili or if you picked Bruno Silva. But looking at this unbiased, I am a super Charles Johnson fan. But looking at it unbiased, Charles Johnson definitely won this fight. I mean, like, he has an argument for 30-27s. Let's look at the round-by-round stats real quick. And we look at this. Whatever. Charles Johnson got no for 6 takedowns. He got no for 8. Shot 2 more. Didn't get either of them. Got out significant struck. Out total struck. The damage was on Charles Johnson's side. Round by round, Charles Johnson outstruck him 18-12. Did more damage. 33-27. Did more damage. And then this one was a little more even in the third round. But you can say Bruno Silva was walking forward. Putting the pace there. But still, Charles Johnson was just backing up, doing the damage, just throwing them counter punches. Got Bruno Silva's face all bloodied up. I mean, it wasn't that close of a fight. I didn't even say who I wanted Ulbay to fight next. Ulbay versus D-Rod would be such a banger matchup. I don't know how I completely skipped over that, but Ulbay D-Rod next. D-Rod's getting slimed out if he's ever out of the Mexican jail. I still don't know how Kevin Holland lost to this fucking guy. Alright, moving back on to Bruno Silva, Charles Johnson. This height difference was always going to be an issue. Bruno Silva, he's just a fucking blockhead in this division. Like, he's just good, but he's just not that good. And Charles Johnson is like a top 10 level guy. Obviously, he got flatlined by Alex Perez in his last fight, which was not a good look. I did not see that coming at all. Alex Perez is also super good. He's just getting old at this point, but the last thing to lose is your power. Clearly, we saw that because Charles Johnson was chinned for the first time in his career. Usually does that to all the other ones. But, yeah, Bruno Silva, he's not an upcoming prospect, which is why he wasn't flatlined in this fight. But I still think he deserved to lose. And everyone's like, oh, no. I think he won. But, no, I really don't see it. Charles Johnson definitely should have won that fight. And he's actually going to get a step up in competition his next fight, even though he's getting, like, these weird decisions, weird step up, step down, knock out a prospect, get cut out of the, like, rankings. It's odd. So, we're going to feed him Amir Albazi. This fucking Iraqi dude was supposed to be the next big thing, the Prince. And you take a look at his last 3 fights. Lost to Kyoji Horiguchi, dominant fashion. Lost to Brandon Moreno, in dominant fashion. Win over Kai Kara-France. Lost a 48-47 decision, but they gifted it to him. Kai Kara-France also isn't all that. He's not bad, but he isn't all that. Like, Francisco Figueiredo? Was that fucking Davison's long-lost cousin or some shit? Like, we just don't... It's just not that good. I mean, like, Charles Johnson, you look at his record, it's like, Charles Johnson. It's not like he's the fucking greatest in the world, but loses to a cheating Ramazan Temirov. Gets chinned by Alex Perez, but he would have won that fight if it kept going on. A little bit of cope, but I think he would have won a decision. Beats Kavanaugh by knockout, beats Sumaderji, knocks out Joshua Van, beats Jake Hadley, beats Azat Maxim. Like, all these are good wins. You don't gotta check those losses a little bit earlier on, but these are all good fucking wins. He's definitely being overlooked a little bit. But, yeah, so I do want to see him take on Amir Albazi in his next matchup. I think that's a pretty fucking good fight. We got any pictures of this one? Here we do. Yeah, and all the pictures of Charles Johnson. Not much showing of the damage on Bruno Silva's face, but we get it. We already know. That's why they didn't show too much more of it. Moving on. This is the very first fight I got a prediction wrong on this fight. It's actually the only prediction wrong on the entire card I got wrong. I believe I went 13-14. Or 13-4-14 for my picks. And this stupid fucking French guy. This stupid fucking French man. Like, why do I trust these fucking French fighters? Ever. Umar Sy. Going into this fight, 12-1. Against a 19-11 opponent. Huge favorite. Minus 350 at least. What the fuck are we doing? Dude. You should be better on the feet. You should be better on the ground. You get taken down after being outstruck a shit ton. You get taken down and then subbed instantly in the first round. Like, what the fuck? You're an automatic fade for the rest of your career. Let me just say that. Let me just get that out of the fucking way. Like, just what the fuck, dude? What are we fucking doing here? You're absolutely dog shit. Let's see how fast he taps right here. Bang, gets reeled up, taps instantly. Fucking under like a second, pretty much. Jesus Christ, that was embarrassing. Yeah, perfect guillotine by Iwan Kutalaba, the Hulk. No one's hating on the Hulk. Good win for the Hulk. Proud of him, I guess. Wish it went the other way. Wish I swept the card in my predictions. But shit happens. I do want to see Iwan Kutalaba take on next Alexander Rakic. Iwan Kutalaba has such a weird record where he beats people he shouldn't and he loses to people that he should. But then we look at Alexander Rakic, and it's like, dude, you've only beat Anthony Smith and Thiago Santos, both by decision, in the past, like, 7 years. That's all you've done. Like, wow, we look at the Devin Clark and Jimmy Manua wins in 2018 and 2019, but ever since then, it's just, he's gotten chinned 3 fucking times. Especially that Azamat Murzakanov loss, like, that just looked bad. He just looks washed, like, extremely washed. And don't get me wrong, Azamat's a super good fighter, including Ankalaev and Yuri and Jan. Like, his last 4 fights have all been incredibly difficult, but he's getting chinned in 3 out of the 4 of those and losing a decision. So I don't know what else, like, I don't know who else you can give him besides Ion Cutelaba. Break it into that top 15 or so area. He was right on the cusp before this fight, and he was an underdog. They were looking to rank Umar C, but fuck that guy. He should never get ranked at this point. After the loss to Alonzo Metafield, I know I couldn't trust him. I didn't put a lock on him this one, or bet on him, but yeah, I don't even fucking know, man. It's fucking brutal. So yeah, give Ion Cutelaba Alexander Rakic, and let's force Umar C to fight Alexander. No. Let's force Umar C to fight Cyril Gane in a French exhibition match. Nah, that's what I'm fucking talking about, bro. Get these 2 fucking French bums to fight each other. Get Cyril Gane to eye poke and fucking knee him in the nuts. Knock his bitch ass out, because I fucking hate C. And just fuck Gane. Like, after he gets knocked out by Pereira at the White House, fuck this dude. Never give him an Aspinall rematch. Never even give him anyone high up. Keep him fighting like shit bums. We can see him get some knockouts, but fuck him. Like, fuck him. Let's see him fight some fucking shit bums. Seriously. Fucking hate that guy. Both of them. Umar C and Cyril Gane. Fuck them both. Alright. Side tangent over. Moving on. Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. The GOAT. Yeah, no, Harry Hardwick is not the GOAT. Bro looks like a fucking Down syndrome pug. It's alright, though. KO TKO at the end of the 2nd round because Harry Hardwick's jaw was hanging on by a thread. That was absolutely disgusting to watch that fight. He was getting pieced the fuck up. Marwan Rahiki, wicked good fighter. Let's see, a bit of Moroccan, as I see Yusuf Zalal commenting in there. But I know he's Australian. Jesus Christ, yeah. That was a fucking one-sided beatdown. Besides the couple knockdowns that Harry Hardwick landed in the fight, those were actually pretty fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. Harry is not a bad fighter. Like, we look at that loss to Cowie Fernandez by leg kicks, and it's like, dude, Cowie Fernandez is leg kicking unlike anybody Harry's ever fought before outside in Cage Warriors. And Marwan Rahiki is just too young, too big, too fucking good for him. Like, Harry Hardwick is not an amazing fighter by any means. But did he almost chin Marwan Rahiki? Yes. Did he knock him down? Yes. Did he get knocked down like 3 times and get his fucking jaw spun and get knocked the fuck out? Yes, he also did, which shows why he's not amazing. He was definitely losing both rounds. Maybe you can give him the first round based on the knockdown. I mean, I wouldn't give him that first round. He got outstruck in both. Got outstruck pretty bad and got really fucked up. But it could be worse, you know? It really could be worse. We look at that shot that snaps the jaw of Harry Hardwick. Yeah, Marwan Rahiki broke Harry Hardwick's jaw in their showdown in UFC Vegas 114, UFC Fight Night 269, however the fuck you want to say it. Yeah, that shot would have broken anyone's jaw, and it also would have sent anyone down to the fucking floor. This dude, Marwan Rahiki, is a real threat. He looked really good in this matchup, and we got to give him a step up in competition after this one. Not into the rankings yet or whatever. And we got to keep Harry Hardwick around, too. We can't just throw this dude out after losing these 2 fights to 2 really good up-and-comers. But we definitely got to give him a step down, and he's got to take some time off. However, for Marwan Rahiki, I think a banger matchup next for this guy. Dude, Jamal Emmers. I was thinking of giving Marwan Rahiki Hyder a mill, But I like Hyder Amil, and I don't want him to go 0-3. And I also don't want Marwan Rahiki to lose to someone that has a little bit more experience that's now on an 0-2 like skid, so then it makes Marwan look not as good. This dude just beat Hyder Amil, so I was like, oh, this is a great fucking matchup. He also is a great striker, stands on his feet like the whole fight pretty much. He's a win one, lose one type of guy, but he's on a 2-fight win streak now. KO'd Gabe Miranda, beat Hyder Amil, good win. But he loses to KO by Nate Landwehr. Like, that doesn't really make sense. Like, all of his other losses, split to Giga, a sub to Sabatini, a split to Jenkins. Like, these aren't bad losses at all. Jamal Emmers is really fucking good. But Marwan Rahiki is also really fucking good. Like, that is going to be a banger matchup. Because if Marwan Rahiki hits Jamal Emmers like this, he's going the fuck out like he did against Nate Landwehr. But Jamal Emmers is a huge step up in competition. And, like, the experience he has against Marwan Rahiki, like, 36 with 30 pro fights, it's going to be tough. It's another fight that I see going, like, maybe minus 130 for Marwan, but pretty close in odds. Yeah, that would be a fucking banger matchup. I just want to take a quick look at this video. Like, yeah, Hardwick doesn't have good movement. His head's just there. That's why he gets fucking cracked so much. But he's tough as a motherfucker. He doesn't go down at all. Should have been for the BMF title. It's kind of insane. Like, these dudes are, like, I mean, it's a BMF fight, but it's not a BMF fucking title fight. Like, what are we doing? Look at that shit, though. Fucking just cracking nonstop. Yeah, gets the finish by doctor stoppage at the end of the second round. If this went to the third round, Harry Hardwick's getting shinned in the first minute. But just looking at his face after that fucking fight, like, I don't even want to see that. Like, I don't know. He just beat to shit. It was hard to watch. Moving on, we got Andre Fili taking on Jose Delgado. This should have been a masterclass for Jose Delgado. The fact that he took him to a decision is kind of fucking insane. And it was close. Like, it was a split decision. Jose definitely lost that first round. Came down to the second and the third. Definitely won the second round. So yeah, it really just came down to the third or whatever. But damn, when I tell you this fight was way closer than it should have been. Jose, man, like, what are we doing, really? I mean, you looked, like, decent, but you take those ankle braces off, you're winning that fight by knockout in the second round. What are we doing with the ankle braces? Such bad luck. I've been saying this for months now. Anyone that comes in with knee sleeves or ankle braces, fade them. When I saw Jose come in there with them, I was, like, shitting a brick. Even before the fight started, I was like, dude, come on, man, what are we doing? And then he goes out there, and he puts on a fucking split decision with all my money on the line. My most confident pick of the entire card, Jose Delgado. He barely scrapes it out against Andre Fili. And Andre Fili is not bad by any means. Touchy-feely. Freaky Rahiki and touchy-feely over here. But, yeah, a 29-28 split. Jose outstruck him the second 2 rounds. Even outstruck him the first round. But, yeah, that first round he definitely lost. Got cracked pretty bad. Got taken down. At least he won. He's a really promising prospect in the division, if we're just going to be honest. But that fight, it was just, like, it was just scary. I mean, let's be honest. It was just, like, it was just freaky. Got Andre Fili, gif over in here. But yeah, Jose Delgado. I do want to see him take another step up in competition after this fight, because I'm not going to give him a setback. Like, he didn't lose this fight. He definitely should have won it. So we need to give him a step up. But not, like, a crazy step up. Like, I don't even think he should be in the rankings. I mean, like, David Onama, let's see, 15, 16, barely ranked, not even ranked anymore after taking that loss to Steve Garcia. This is a good matchup. Jose Delgado versus David Onama is pure violence. This is going to be a fucking banger. Like, look at his recent record. How's everyone losing to Nate Landwehr? Jesus Christ, dude. The last 2 people. Loses to Mason Jones and Steve Garcia. Those are the two main losses on here. Not bad at all. Decision on 8 lane, it's whatever. Takes Jonathan Pierce and Roberto Romero to decision. It's whatever. But he's winning these fights. David Onama is good. And after watching that last Jose Delgado fight, I don't know who I'd pick. Like, before that fight, I'm picking Jose Delgado to beat David Onama. Even if he was just fighting David Onama in his last fight, I'm picking him to win against Feely. Like, but then against Feely, like, he didn't look good, like, at all, really. Like, I mean, he outstruck him and he came back into it, but dude, he didn't look that impressive. I think this is another fight that can just be like a pick'em. Maybe I see David Onama being minus 150, minus 160 or so, but I don't see him being a huge favorite. I see this fight being close. I see it definitely going to decision, unless maybe fucking Jose Delgado chins him, catches him, but I don't know. It's another really close fight. And yeah, just really another close fight. Going on to the co-main event, probably put everyone to sleep. Holy shit. Jillian Robertson, you should be ashamed. In my opinion, going into this fight, this was a really easy fight for Jillian Robertson. Like, Amanda Lemos can't stuff a takedown for shit. But she stuffed 4 of your takedowns. She stuffed more. She's 100% takedown defense, or 100% takedown accuracy right here. And you have 42% takedown accuracy. You tripled her takedowns, but getting 2 more than her is really not much. You got pieced up. Like, look at the significant strikes to total strikes. You landed 12 significant out of 64. Amanda landed 42 out of 51. Like, dude, you maybe outstrike her total strikes, but you got pieced up. If I'm not wrong, she lost that first round. Like, yeah, Amanda Lemos 25-5 in strikes. And Jillian Robertson wasn't getting much grappling going early on. It kind of took the second and the third round. You can see where she outstruck her because she was on top. Kind of just laying and praying for about 4 minutes each round. It was really embarrassing. Jillian Robertson, someone I was pretty high on. I know she can't really strike for shit. You mean the savage Jillian Robertson? Like, that striking is pretty damn abysmal. But dude, it's Amanda Lemos at like 42 years of age or whatever. Like, you're not getting it done? Like, I don't know. The sub was there. The only sub attempt that was even happened was fucking Amanda Lemos trying to sub Jillian. Like, and then at the end of the third round, she beat the piss out of her. Could have stole the round. Could have stole the fight. Yeah, like, look at this comment. 12 sig strikes for 42. 0 sub attempts for 1. What the fuck did she do with the control time? Nothing. She just laid there and shook her ass in her face. And I like Jillian Robertson. Like, she's someone I'm a fan of. She's someone I think could do pretty good. But after this fight, that's another one of those, like, Jose Delgado type performances where it's like, you might just be a fade going forward. Like, it really wasn't impressive. And anyone that she gets to step up in the competition against in this division, like, I don't see her beating. Like, really, who else in this division is she going to beat after that? That's ranked above her, at least. Like, it really wasn't that impressive. But I do want to see her take on Yan Xiaonan next. I think this is a good matchup. I think she'll definitely lose to Yan Xiaonan. Look at Yan's record. Lost to Zhang and Virna. Lost to Marina by split, like, almost 4 years ago at this point. Actually, yeah, 4 years ago at this point. Yeah, Chinese strawweight. I think she can beat Jillian. I think Jillian is good, but oh, man. That was a bad fight. Really almost put me to sleep at B-dubs. So, bad fight. And on to the main event we go. Making Josh Emmett only be able to throw 3 strikes in an entire fucking round, or land 3 strikes rather, only throw 12. Only throw 12 fights and shoot a takedown? Only land 3? Like, who does that to Josh Emmett? Not even trying to be a meme, but like, who the fuck does that to Josh Emmett? Kevin Vallejos is the real deal. Like, genuinely. I'm not just trying to be like, oh, he's a real deal, blah, 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 blah. Dude, who does that to Josh Emmett? He's just beating the piss out of him in the first 3 minutes. Ilya Taporia takes him to decision. He nukes Bryce Mitchell out cold. Like, Yusuf Salal, he subbed him in 90 seconds or so. Yusuf Salal's super fucking good, too. Like, Yusuf Salal's no one to shit on. Look at this dude. Kevin Vallejos is fucking ripped to shit. MMA Guru, we are the future champion. We are Argentina. The title is ours. We are Kevin Vallejos. And that's absolutely true. We are coming for that title. We are going to win the belt in the next few years. I don't see this man getting that, like, a title. Maybe even a title fight. Like, I can see him fighting for the title against Gene Silva in a rematch, maybe in like 2 or so years. But I don't see him actually getting his hands on the title for maybe 4 or so years. This dude's 24 years old. Like, he's going to be here for a while. He doesn't take much damage. I think he's going to get champ status around like 28 years old. But we're going to have to wait a little bit. But he is really fucking good. We definitely have to watch out for this guy. I can see him taking a setback before getting to the belt. But, damn, man. Performance of the night. Kevin Vallejos absolutely deserves it. Manuel Souza got the other performance of the night with that knockout. Pretty fucking brutal. Rahiki versus Hardwick, fight of the night. Good. They both deserve their money, especially Hardwick for getting that jaw snapped. Yeah, the UFC is definitely trying to promote Kevin Vallejos. I mean, he calls out about everybody. Patricio Pitbull, John Silva, Cub Swanson, Luke Riley. I mean, like, everyone. Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett, he called out Andre Feely, Calvin Kattar. I mean, some of those are older because now, clearly, he's in, like, the top 10 or whatever in the division. Yeah, Aylin Perez, also from Argentina, showing her sport. But, yeah, that fight was fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. Kevin Vallejos, he's definitely a top 10 fighter now. He's got to fight in the top 10. People can't keep running from him. Ilya Taporia 2.0. I think I have a banger matchup on my hands. I don't know if you guys are expecting it. Like, look at that, though. Look at that. He's just so confident. He just knows what he's capable of. Josh Emmett is just dead over in the corner after 3 minutes. But he survived 25 against Ilya. Like, really? That's just fucking crazy. But there's only one man that I think Kevin Vallejos should fight next. You can't keep ducking. You can't keep running. You can't keep hiding. Yair Rodriguez. It's time. You are getting slimed out. Yair Rodriguez. You can fight in Mexico. You can fight in Vegas. You can fight in Argentina. You can fight wherever the fuck you want. But you are not making it past Kevin Vallejos. Do whatever spinny shit you want. Do whatever bullshit you want. You sub Josh Emmett. But you're not winning shit. I honestly don't even think Yair Rodriguez might win another matchup for the rest of his career. He got Patricio Pitbull over here, and he wins by decision. I mean, like, who isn't? I mean, I'm picking Pico to win by decision, too, when they fight. Loses to Brian Ortega by sub. Like, I get you KO'd him down here, but you lost to Brian Ortega 2 fights ago by sub? You got knocked out by Volk? Like, dude, you got a custom belt. That's fucking insane. It's absolutely brutal. Yeah, Kevin Vallejos just called out Yair Rodriguez after that fight, too. For UFC Noche 2026. I think it's a great fight. I think it could be the co-main event for UFC Noche. Maybe even a main event, but, I mean, Noche deserves a little bit better. Noche will be in 6 months, bro. I think Yair will fight before that. Clearly, you don't know Yair. That motherfucker's not fighting for shit. Cool matchup, but we need Lopez first fight. Yair first, respectfully. Lopez is actually taking matchups. He actually is fighting on the White House card. Yair is ducking. Yair is not fighting Lopez because Yair doesn't want to. Yes, Yair versus Lopez should have happened. Should have already happened. It's not even should be happening. But it's not going to happen. Lopez would knock him the fuck out, and he knows it, and he doesn't want to fight because there's a Brazilian dude that Mexican people like even more than the Mexican, and he doesn't want to get knocked out by him. I mean, it's not that dumb of a decision, but he's just a pussy. And we need to knock him out for it, which is why we're throwing him to Kevin Vallejos. I think it's pretty fucking fair. So yeah, I think that should be the future matchup. I'm picking Vallejos by third, fourth round TKO. I'm picking him by second round TKO. I think he gets it done. I don't even think it'll last that long. And Vallejos wasn't someone I was super, super high on. Like, I knew he lost to John Silva. He took Danny Silva to decision. And, like, I didn't even have him as a lock as this fight. I thought he should be priced around minus 300 against Josh Emmett. He was, like, minus 750. I was like, that's insane. But he looked it. I mean, he looked minus 10,000 in there. He got punched 3 times and just fucking completely pieced Josh Emmett up. Could have subbed him if he wanted. Could have done absolutely whatever he wanted to Josh Emmett in the cage right there. And speaking of Josh Emmett, we take a look at this dude's record. Dude, this dude said he didn't want to retire. He said he just got a new contract and he's like trying to fight it out or whatever. Dude, we're almost 42 years old. We're 1-5 in our last 6 fights. We beat Calvin Kattar by split decision, which was a robbery before that. And Dan Ike, Shane Burgos by decision. Those are your, like, recent good wins besides the fluke over Bryce Mitchell, which makes me cringe every time I watch it. But, dude, you're finished in under, like, 5 minutes combined by Yusuf and Kevin Vallejos in your last 2 fights. And those are great fighters. But shit's not going to get easier at this point in your career. You're old as fuck. Like, you need to hang it up, man. You need to hang up the mitts. You're not looking good. Lose to Lerone Murphy by decision. I mean, who doesn't besides Pico? Ilya Taporia takes him to decision. Crazy that even lasted long enough to take him to decision. Gets subbed by Yair. Like, it's just fucking... Dude, we need to hang it up here. Even everyone around him is kind of telling him to hang it up, but he just won't. I mean, only you know when it's too late, but it's too late. Like, maybe he still thinks he's capable, maybe he still thinks he has that power, maybe he just loves the game, but, like, dude, it's fucking time, man. It really is. But if it's not time for Josh Emmett, I guess we're going to have to feed him to Pat Sabatini, and this is a huge step down in competition. Pat's probably ranked like 25 in the division, but he only has 2 losses in the UFC in about 10 fights. It's like 8-2. He doesn't have crazy names on here. He subbed Jamal Emmers. It's pretty good. Subbed Lucas Almeida, Joe Anderson Burrito, Chepe Mariscal. He's really coming into it now. Step up against Josh Emmett. I think it would be really good for him. Against Josh Emmett, it's also a winnable matchup. You see this guy got KO'd by Diego Lopez in a minute and a half. Got KO'd by Damon Jackson in a minute and 10 seconds. Dude, if Damon Jackson is KOing you in a minute, Josh Emmett can do bad things to you. But I don't know if a 42-year-old Josh Emmett can still do bad things to a guy that's beating Chepe by decision. Like, I don't know. This is another one of those banger matchups, man. Another one of those really close fights. Yeah, just going back, like, he got knocked down twice in, like, 2 minutes. Like, it just looked real bad, like, real bad. I don't even really know what to say. Like, he's just gotta hang it up. There's nothing else to say, actually. That's it. Also, before I just wanted to go over some of the new fights which were announced. UFC 328, Chimaev versus Strickland. I mean, Strickland, hopefully he can keep it on the feet. I mean, but, like, I don't see it happening. I think Khamzat by sub, like, maybe, like, round 2. Volkov versus Cortez Acosta. This is going to be another really close fight. I think Waldo by decision. Maybe Volkov by decision, but it's definitely going the distance. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. A one-punch KO guy versus a guy with no chin versus a guy with no takedown defense and, like, the best grappler in the weight class. This can go either way. It can go Joaquin Buckley by round 1 knockout. Sean Brady by decision. Sean Brady by sub. Joaquin by decision. Like, I don't know. But I'm putting my money on either Joaquin by early KO or Sean Brady by decision. I'm still fence-sitting that one, though. Jan Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. Like, do we need to see this rematch? Do we really need to see this rematch? Like, why? Like, really, they literally just fought each other. It's kind of a ridiculous rematch. I think Bogdan will be able to get it done with his youth. He was just in there for 3 rounds against Jan, almost finished him. I think he'll be able to put it together, like put the puzzle pieces together in this next matchup against him. And he'll really just use what he couldn't in the first fight. I think he can maybe even find a finish late in the fight, maybe 30-27 decision. But I do think Guskov is gonna be the better looking fighter coming into this. I think Jan, like, after all these split decisions, all these like robberies, all these close fights, all these draws that he's had over the past 5 or so years, I don't know how motivated he is. I don't think he is getting back to the title. I think he knows he's not getting back to the title. I think he's just kind of cooked at this point. Like, he's just been around for forever, and he's just not getting any younger, not getting any better. And Bogdan is. That's the difference. So I think Bogdan by probably late finish would be my guess. King Green versus Jeremy Stephens. Dude, what is this matchup, and how is this on a pay-per-view? Like, on a main event of a pay-per-view? This is fucking ridiculous. But King Green should definitely TKO Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy Stephens shouldn't be in the UFC. King Green's been getting some wins recently. You know, he's definitely a little bit old. Shouldn't be on a pay-per-view main event, but... Or main card, not main event, imagine. Pay-per-view main card, but yeah. Jeremy Stephens shouldn't even be here. Shouldn't even be on the prelims of a pay-per-view. I'll probably slam him out. Atiba Gauthier versus Ozzy Diaz. What are we fucking doing? What are we doing here? Atiba Gauthier versus Ozzy Diaz. Hydrogen Bomb versus Coughing Baby ass matchup. Minus 10,000 favorite Atiba Gauthier. Can't pronounce a fucking word right now. But yeah, Ozzy Diaz. You're getting slimed out, buddy. Simple as that. Sterling versus Salal. Well, I think we know we're betting the over. This is going to be a close matchup. I bet it's going 48-47. Either way, I like the youth on Yusuf, but I like the experience on Aljo. I don't know, man. 5-7. It's going to go to decision either way. Like, I don't know. It's a close-ass fucking fight. I don't even know who I'm going to pick. Rip Dariush, as the top comment says. Tony has died, is aware. Kyle O'Hare, he knows. Beneil, brother, your time has come. There's no way out of this one, my friend. Quillen Salkeld by brutal knockout within the first 3 rounds. That's the co-main event, so I think it's only going to be 3 rounds. But actually, honestly, within the first 2 rounds. Beneil, you made it out of your matchup with Doom, with Manuel Torres. But, like, we're not going into anything easier here. Quillen Salkeld is like Manuel Torres 2.0. He's Australian Manuel Torres. Like, you got out of a matchup, but you didn't get any easier of a matchup. You just got a little bit more time on your hands to prepare. A little bit more time to age. A little bit more time for Salkeld to get good. This is a recipe for disaster for Beneil Dariush and all of his fans. I feel bad. Allen versus Costa. Now here, this is a fucking absolute banger. This is another fight that I can see going any way. Allen by decision, Costa by sub, Costa by KO, Costa by decision. Like, I don't know. This tattoo on Allen, like, what the fuck? I mean, tattoo on Costa, what the fuck is that? Not trying to make fun if it's like a deceased family member or some shit, but, I mean, like, who gave you that tattoo? It looks kind of wild. And the hair. I love the hair, though. The hair is fucking great. He looks like that toy from Toy Story in that. But I honestly can see Costa getting it done here. Like, this is one of those matchups where I actually am leaning the younger guy who, if, like you said, this matchup was coming up in a few of his last fights. It's like, dude, Allen smokes him. You saw how Allen looked against John Silva, 29-28 decision. I mean, who else does that? Kevin Vallejos? But, dude, Costa is, like, the real deal. I believe he actually lost to like Shylan, Nerdy, and Becky like 5 or so years ago. But he's learned a lot since then. Back then, his skin color was like also like completely black. He's like a completely changed fighter. Not that that makes any difference, but it just shows the amount of time that has like taken place. Um, Costa has become a completely different fighter in that amount of time. And Allen, he's just been sitting on the sidelines, like waiting a year to fight, waiting a year to fight. I thought John Silva would be able to take him out of there. Um, he looked really good in that fight, and he's stepping back up like pretty quickly. He's fought in January, he's fighting again in May. But I don't know, man. He can definitely win this one, but I'd have to put my money on Costa. Song versus Figueredo. Why are we doing this to my boy Figgy? I mean, like, I'd give up my left nut for a Figgy win at this point. I was really hoping he could get it done against the 2,500 favorite Umar. Knew that wasn't going to happen, but really hoping. I was there in person too. I got to watch him fight in person. Always been a big Figgy guy. But dude, Song Yadong just made a wicked close fight with my boy O'Malley. And O'Malley's is going to do bad things to Figgy if they were to fight. I don't know. I think Song, he's got the momentum. He's coming off of a loss, but still, he's got that momentum. He's got the age. He's got the youth. He's got the size. He's got the experience, kind of too. Like Davidson's been in there with like Royval, Pantoja, and Moreno a bunch of times, but dude, Song, he's bigger. I know you're gonna say, "Oh, lighter man skill, lighter man skill." He's getting too old for that, man. Like, dude, I love Figgy. I hope Figgy wins this. Definitely be rooting for him against Yadong. But, man, I just see Song getting it done, sadly. Probably by late TKO, like 4th, 5th round TKO, maybe. Bilal Muhammad versus Gabriel Bonfim. Honestly forgot that this matchup even got announced. This should easily be a Bilal win. I don't know why we're even really contemplating it. I see a lot of people saying Bonfim. Like, Ismail Bonfim's over here. Reminder that Wonder Boy beat Bonfim. Thank God someone's saying that shit in here. Bonfim title run continues. I don't think so. Like, I think Bilal's gonna get this done by like 49-46 decision. Maybe 50-45. Like, I don't see Bonfim having much success. Really at all. Like, dude, he didn't even beat Wonder Boy, really. And yeah, Bilal was the champ. Like, he was good. He beat Leon Edwards. I mean, who doesn't at this point? But the time being, who does that to Leon Edwards? Yeah, like, Bilal looked really good. He looked good against JDM. He got his ass beat, but who doesn't besides Islam to JDM? Yeah, Bilal should be able to win this one pretty easily. I'm not high on Bonfim. Never really have been. Thought Randy Brown could even get it done against him in the last bout. Quillen without the mustache. Get that off my screen. He needs to grow that shit back ASAP. Moicano versus Duncan. Tickets on sale now. I think Duncan can honestly probably get that done. Probably do more of a breakdown coming up a little bit later on. But I think Duncan has an early lead. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's my first episode. Hope it's going to go good. Planning on uploading 2 to 3 times a week. So yeah, thanks for tuning in to UFC Picks for You. My name's Cameron. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.